Trump said the US Navy is prepared to respond decisively to any hostile act near American ships. That statement came before a tense moment unfolded at sea. At 5:40 a.m. local time, the Caribbean looks calm. Clear sky, flat water, nothing unusual on the surface. But the calm does not last. From La Orjila Military Island, two Venezuelan Su-30 fighter jets lift off without warning. Their transponders are off. Their lights are kept to a minimum. Each aircraft is armed with supersonic anti-ship missiles. The jets turn north and head straight toward open water. Speed builds fast, climbing past 1,400 miles per hour. Altitude drops. Their flight path is tight, deliberate, and aggressive. This is not a routine patrol. Instead of turning away, the two fighters angle directly toward a US Navy patrol route. Their heading lines up with one ship operating in international waters, the destroyer USS Thomas Hudner. On board the ship, radar operators watch two unknown contacts sharpen on their screens. Distances close fast. Systems shift from monitoring to tracking. Conversations stop mid-sentence. This is the moment where control can be lost. This move is not an accident. It is a message, a test, a calculated risk meant to see how far the line can be pushed. What the approaching pilots do not know yet is simple. They are challenging a force designed to respond faster than they expect. If you want to follow this confrontation step by step as it unfolds, subscribe now, because the next few minutes change everything. This moment matters because of where it happens. The Southern Caribbean is not empty water. It is one of the busiest sea corridors in the region. Oil tankers, cargo ships, and naval patrols move through it every day. Every mile is watched. Every signal is logged. The USS Thomas Hudner is not there by accident. It is operating in international waters on a routine patrol meant to protect shipping lanes and show presence. For the US Navy, this is normal. For crews on board, it is another long watch at sea. But for Venezuela, this area sits close to its most sensitive military zones. Radar coverage overlaps, air bases are nearby. Any foreign warship passing through is seen as pressure. That is why the Su-30 jets launched from La Orjila. The distance is short, the approach is fast, the message is visible to everyone watching. This was not about firing first, it was about forcing a reaction, about seeing how quickly the ship would respond, about testing systems, timing, and discipline. For the sailors on the Hudner, this is not strategy on a map, it is personal. Every alert means real risk. Every unknown contact means seconds to decide. They know one wrong move could turn a warning into a crisis. That is what raises the stakes. When jets fly low, armed, and silent close to a US warship, it pushes the situation into dangerous territory. Not because anyone wants a fight, but because control becomes fragile. And once control is tested, every side is watching the result. The first warning does not come with sound. It comes with a color change. On the radar screens inside USS Thomas Hudner, two distant contacts shift from yellow to red. That single change tells the crew everything they need to know. These jets are not passing through, they are coming in. Distance drops below 80 miles. Speed remains steady. Heading does not change. The fighters stay low, using the curvature of the Earth to reduce early detection. Inside the Combat Information Center, no one raises their voice. Orders are short, clear, calm. Electronic systems move from standby to active. Tracking becomes constant, second by second. The ship sends open radio calls. There is no response. The silence confirms intent. One technician watches the numbers update on his screen. Time to intercept is shrinking fast. He knows that once the jets cross a certain line, options narrow sharply. Then the situation escalates again. Four objects separate from the aircraft almost at the same moment. At first they look like small dots. Then the system identifies them. Missiles. Supersonic. Sea skimming. Designed to stay just above the water. For 2 seconds, the room goes completely still. Then the commander's voice cuts through the tension. Track all inbound threats. Do not fire. Everyone understands what that means. The ship is about to fight without shooting. This is the exact moment where opinions split. If you believe Venezuela pushed too far, press 1 inch the comments. If you think the US presence provoked this move, press 9. Choose your side. Outside, the ocean looks unchanged. Inside the systems, the fight has already begun. Electronic countermeasures surge outward. Signals bend. Guidance begins to fail. The missiles adjust, then adjust again, struggling to hold a lock that keeps slipping away. No explosions are heard. No impact shakes the deck. One by one, the inbound tracks lose coherence. Some drop into the water. Others drift wide, missing their mark by miles. A quiet confirmation appears on the screen. All threats neutralized. The USS Thomas Hudner never changes course. But everyone on board knows this was only the first response. The real test is not over yet. The escalation does not arrive with noise, it arrives with pressure. Inside the systems of USS Thomas Hudner, data begins to pile up. Multiple tracks overlap, angles tighten, time compresses. Every update comes faster than the last. In close encounters like this, small details decide outcomes. A slight turn, a delay of 1 second, a missed signal. Any of it can change everything. The missiles are still moving fast, skimming low over the water. Their paths are unstable now, pulled off course by invisible forces. Guidance systems struggle to correct. Each correction makes the next one worse. On the ship, no one celebrates. No one relaxes. The crew knows escalation rarely ends with the first exchange. Radar saturation increases. False echoes begin to appear. Some fade quickly. Others linger just long enough to demand attention. Operators must choose what is real and what is noise. That decision carries weight. Fatigue sets in quietly. Eyes burn from staring at screens. Hands stay locked in position. Training takes over because there is no room for hesitation. Outside, the ocean remains calm. No smoke, no fire, just open water and the steady movement of the ship. Then, a brief pause hits. No new tracks. No new launches. Only silence. In moments like this, silence is dangerous. It can mean restraint, or it can mean preparation for the next move. This is where the standoff becomes more than a single incident. It becomes a test of endurance and control. If you believe this escalation proves the US Navy held the advantage, press 1 inch the comments. If you think Venezuela was still sending a warning, press 9 and make your case. Seconds pass, then minutes. The ship holds course. Systems stay hot. No one stands down. Everyone on board understands one thing clearly. The first wave may be over, but escalation does not end cleanly. It either fades slowly or it explodes without warning. And right now, no one knows which direction this confrontation will take. No alarms sound, but no one relaxes. The crew stays frozen in readiness. Every screen remains active. Every channel stays open. Because history shows that the most dangerous moment is often the one that feels like a pause, right before something breaks loose. What happens next is not visible to the naked eye. From the outside, it looks like the danger has passed. The missiles are gone. The air is quiet. The ship keeps moving. But inside the systems, a different picture forms. The radar picture does not return to normal. New signals appear briefly, then vanish. Some look real, others feel wrong. Reflections, ghost tracks, noise meant to pull attention in the wrong direction. This is the twist. The earlier missile launch was not only an attack, it was also a probe, a way to map responses, to measure reaction time, to see which systems activate first and which frequencies light up. The Su-30 jets are already turning back toward La Orchila, moving fast. Satellite tracking later shows empty weapon mounts under their wings. The mission, at least this phase of it, is complete. But the data has been collected. On board USS Thomas Hudner, analysts begin marking timestamps. Signal strength, direction changes, how long each system stayed active. This information matters more than wreckage in the water. No one announces it yet, but both sides understand the same truth. This encounter was never meant to end in destruction. It was meant to reveal habits. The crew does not know if another move is coming in minutes or hours. They only know the pattern has shifted. The line was tested, crossed, and then stepped back from. That uncertainty is the real weapon. And it leaves everyone asking the same question. Was this the end of the incident, or only the setup for something larger? The climax does not come with an explosion. It comes with confirmation. Inside USS Thomas Hudner, the final data settles into place. The last false tracks fade from the radar picture. The noise thins out. What remains is clear, stable, and unmistakable. The ship is safe. For a few seconds, no one speaks. Then a short report moves through the command chain. All systems green. No damage, no injuries. No further inbound threats detected. The ocean outside reflects the late sun. Calm again, almost indifferent to what just happened. But inside the ship, the tension has not fully released. Electronic systems stay active. Radar continues sweeping. No one assumes the situation is finished just because the first danger passed. Experience says the most dangerous moment often comes after success. A brief radio message is sent. Routine language. No drama, just confirmation of status. The crew listens for any reply. None comes. Far away, the Su-30 jets are already out of range. They do not circle back. They do not challenge again. They disappear from the tactical picture as suddenly as they arrived. That silence carries meaning. It signals a decision not to escalate further, at least not today. The ship maintains speed and heading. No course change, no visible reaction. That, too, is a message. The US Navy does not chase, it does not boast, it simply remains. Every sailor on board understands what this moment represents. Control without chaos, strength without display, a response delivered through discipline instead of fire. This was the peak of the encounter. Not the launch, not the missiles, but the moment both sides realized how close they came to something much bigger. And how easily it could happen again. No victory is announced. No applause breaks out. The crew knows restraint is part of the message. By staying exactly where it is, the ship shows that nothing was gained by pushing closer. The confrontation ends not with dominance on display, but with quiet control that everyone involved understands. A calm surface, backed by readiness, sending a final signal that does not need words. Before we move on, lock in your judgment. If you believe this was US control done right, press 1. If you see it as a warning shot from Venezuela, press 9. By the end of the day, the picture becomes clear. Satellite images confirm the Venezuelan Su-30 jets returned to La Orchila with empty weapon mounts. No follow-up flights, no second approach. The airspace slowly settles back into routine patterns. USS Thomas Hudner remains on station. No damage is reported, no injuries are announced. The ship continues its patrol exactly as planned, moving through international waters without adjustment. On the surface, nothing seems to have changed. But the ripple spreads. Across northern Venezuela, brief disruptions are reported. GPS signals drift, commercial vessels adjust course, communications flicker, then recover. Short events, but impossible to ignore. Military statements follow, carefully worded. One side speaks of provocation, the other calls it a routine operation. Both avoid escalation, but neither backs down. Behind the scenes, analysts study the encounter frame by frame. Reaction time, electronic behavior, system responses. Every second is reviewed. Because this incident was not about destruction. It was about exposure. Modern confrontations no longer need explosions to send messages. Control is shown through discipline, restraint, and precision. For the US Navy, the message is steady presence, calm under pressure, no overreaction. For Venezuela, the message is mixed. Visibility was gained, but limits were also revealed. And for the region, the lesson is clear. The Caribbean is no longer quiet space. Every move is tracked, every signal remembered. This encounter ends without shots fired, but it sets a reference point. Because lines tested once are often tested again. If you believe this showed clear US control, press 1. If you think it signals rising danger ahead, press 9. Either way, this was not the end. It was the warning before the next test.